Welcome back, guys, to another good video. And in today we're going to be talking about the good old-fashioned marketing. And we're here where we have, instead of walking, we have scooter, but the good old-fashioned business card. So right here we have a brochure. On the back side it pretty much has a quick entry of our services. And I feel like a lot of people ask us, hey, what's the best marketing? What's the best way to get sales, good clients? And I personally think there's nothing like giving a business card to one-on-one client, or possibly even just going ahead and just going to a mall, a car meet, and just start laying them down on every car that you possibly can and hope for the best from there. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a lot more of how I personally go ahead and do a lot of marketing. So let's go ahead and dive into the rest of the video. So right here, we got two scooters and we got little side bags right here. And we have tons loads of business cards, and we're just going around and laying them down onto any car that we possibly think that is a potential client, and cards that we think that are cool. So we're gonna go ahead and continue doing that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it throughout the whole video of our recommendations of styling of marketing. If Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff doesn't get too much leads, this is a good old way to go ahead and possibly get some leads. All right, guys. So this is a prime example of a car that potentially can go ahead and get restored. Now, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and leave it down a business card, simply because if they say no, you'll never know. But if they say yes, you'll obviously go ahead and see this car at your shop, mobile business, whatever it is that you do have. So any car from mild to extreme like this, it's a little bit on the whooped side of detailing, it's going to go ahead and possibly get detailed. So I would go ahead and try to go ahead and lay down as many as you can. Now, if it's a car that you know it's not going to get detailed because it has half paint and the rest is just chipped off, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and get more focused on the ones that you personally would want to go ahead and detail also, because now if they go ahead and call you, you already have a car that you want to go ahead and get detailed. But I go ahead and put it even on Priuses sometimes, just because of the simple fact that I know some of these guys do care for their cars and actually want to go ahead and maintenance them with a detailer like us. So I go ahead and don't discriminate no car. I go ahead and put it like in this Camry right here that we're gonna go ahead and do. We're going to put one on that one also and hope for the best. All right, guys, so right here we have a Tesla supercharger location, and there's nothing but Teslas. So if you guys want to go ahead and snag up easy dubs, possible easy dubs, go ahead and look at your local Tesla superchargers, because there's going to be plenty of cars that are going to be charged up. There's going to be a lot of them inside their cars. So right now we're going to go ahead and try to lay down as many as we can here at this Tesla supercharger location. So let's go ahead and dive in. How you doing, man? I run an auto detailing business.
Huh?
I wanted to go ahead and give you one.
What is it?
I run an auto detailing business, and I want to give you a business card.
Well,
Auto detailing, cleaning cars.
Oh no, I'm good. I do that too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
No
do
worries.
landscaping and detailing.
Landscaping?
And detailing.
Oh, so you do both?
I drive these cars 5 days out the week.
Oh, so you always busy.
Yeah, I got to, man.
Dang.
Look how we living today, man. We all gonna be doing yard sales.
I know.
The new president we got.
Oh,
We cutting off everything.
Tell me about it. You know what I mean? That's why I'm over here just.
I got my regulars that I got, 5
Yeah.
of them, and I hit them maybe once or twice a month.
Really?
And I'm good.
So you do this detailing and.
I got landscaping. I got a bunch of them.
So it's
I'm
just
in
you
Long
and
Beach
employees?
I'm in Lakewood, Long Beach, and El Monte.
Nah, yeah. I just wanted to pass by and just give you a little business card, but no worries.
I can't do nothing with it, man.
Yep. Nah, you good, man. Have a good one though, man.
You too, man.
Appreciate you. All right, so we have an intermediate break, little snack break. We decided to go to Susie Cakes right over there. This is a very expensive cupcake, but I think it's well worth it for the fact that we're going ahead and hustling, and we need a little treat. And look at that. We need to put that over there. Yep, that was a new Escalade, all electric. We're gonna wait for him to go ahead and park up. We'll go ahead and probably tackle that car next. So let's go ahead and continue enjoying this beautiful, expensive cupcake. So we needed a bigger van. We needed to make sure Aaron can go ahead and film and process everything on the go. So we have a full studio in the back now. This is a Sprinter dually. We needed the biggest, baddest one to go ahead and have. So we go ahead and add this bad boy to the fleet. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. This is actually Matthew's, one of his clients. So back to the video we go. All right, so we just got back from going ahead and giving out some business cards, and you wouldn't believe the email that we just received. It was kind of shocking. I didn't actually think we would actually have that type of email sent to us. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit of the van. More of the story is, don't let that stop you, continue going and grind. So there's this village that pretty much is down the street from us, maybe about 5 minutes from us. And they had so many security guards all the way around. They're all cool and everything like that. And at the very end, there's a guy in a cart that went ahead and said, hey man, you can't be soliciting business here. I was like, okay, no worries, but I just want to go ahead and see if you can go ahead and show me that. And then he took like 10 minutes to go ahead and show me, and then I told him, I was like, hey, so where can I go ahead and find this? He was like, oh, inside the mall. I was like, well, that policy, I'm not gonna just read the guidelines, you know? So I understand, I'm gonna leave, but I didn't know, right? And in the email, it says unpermitted windshield marketing at Manhattan Village parking lot, $1,000. And then there's an environmental impact fee for $500. And the total of it, $1,500 for just going ahead and trying to go ahead and do the best that we can, and actually try to go ahead and bite us in our butt. So I just want to go ahead and say, that's not going to stop us. We're still going to do what we do, but you got to be a little mindful of where you go ahead and do it, because exactly like this email just that I received could happen to you. So just be mindful of that. Nevertheless to say, let's go ahead and continue the rest of the video. So just to give a quick recap, this is a 2022 Mercedes Metris. This is an extended wheelbase. So it's not your typical, I think 126, this is a 135 wheelbase, and I love it, no problems. I personally at times want the shorter base ones, just because we don't go ahead and stack it up. But on the times that I'm going ahead and picking up more product, or if I need to go ahead and store more things, or Aaron, quote unquote, this is not filmed anytime in the United States. It's all in Mexico, but sometimes, you know, Aaron needs to sit in the back over here when we're going ahead and doing some mobile stuff. So it all works out. But let's go ahead and dive in back to the EcoFlows. So I currently run 2 EcoFlows, if you guys haven't already known. I stayed away because I wanted to go ahead and continue to be not more environmental, but I just wanted to be quiet. So we have the Krenzel up there paired with these 2 bad boys. This is the generator, this is the EcoFlow Pro, and this is the Delta 3 or something like that. But this is just the battery. So what I've noticed, if you guys want to go ahead and maximize the battery life on these bad boys, put it on slow charge. You don't want to go ahead and have it on fast charge, simply because it's going to go ahead and power up the batteries really fast, and it's not going to retain as much energy, or the efficiency, should I say. So I've now converted to slow charge on these bad boys. Aside from that, the best vacuum here is Vacuum Aid, and I have this little extension. This is like a pro tip. I've never really seen anybody really do this, but the bottom, this is the exhaust right here, right? And shout out to H2O Auto Detail Supply. They went ahead and made me a little custom exhaust. So this tube, I go ahead and feed it on the bottom anywhere when I'm going to go mobile, using it, whatever the case may be. When it's on, it's actually breathing out all the hot air that it extracts. So that way my whole van doesn't smell like hot fumes, basically. And I pretty much love it, because it just feeds it outside. It's not inside the van. So cool little feature. We still have a few products here, a few racks here. Most importantly, I would say, guys, if you guys don't have cones, that right there is a big plus to have. 1, for safety, but 2, so you go ahead and make sure that you're actually seen, especially at night. If you guys are doing night details, I would definitely recommend this, especially on busy streets. Go ahead and put that right there. So one thing before we go ahead and step to the back, I want to go ahead and demonstrate just a few little touches that I love. So we have this little towel just drying right here. Don't mind that. But one thing that I feel like is just exclusive, because me and Top Class James We're one of the first, well, actually the first ones to go ahead and get a complete Mercedes mattress done from H2O. So there's a lot of, you know, pros and cons of that, because there's some things that I wanted to change, not dramatically, just small little touches. Like I had a couple racks right here, changed it out. You just got to fill it out. But moral of the story here is that I love that we have this wall. It's an option. You don't have to have this wall. And I chose to go ahead and have this wall because I want to go ahead and cover up the water tank. I didn't want to go ahead and see, because this is more of a cleaner look. And then on top of that, I had a one of these light strips installed on the bottom of the tank, so you can actually physically see where the water line is now, because now there's a light projecting in there, instead of going ahead and go with your phone, trying to go and open this and see where the water level is. That's a cool little feature that I personally love. And I do want to go ahead and show you guys on the other side the way they actually laid it out and had no hardware, no actual framework actually seen. So that right there is a little bit hard. Don't really see too many builders actually build it the way they built it. This one, so this is pretty neat that they do this. So the little details we're gonna get here. Also, my van, there's, I think, the 180 doors. This has the 270 doors. So typically a lot of vans, they stop right here, the doors. These bad boys all the way. So that's a cool little feature that not many of them have. But as you can see, the whole back wall, you cannot see at all. There's no hardware, there's no framing that you can see. I wanted a complete, super nice look without it being seen, basically. So everything is on the back side of this, and then when you're inside, you can't really see it. So that's what I love. Super clean. This right here is going to go ahead and be for the keys. So I personally did not want no keys on the actual doors, because I always wanted to have a little bit more of safety, just in case if you're in my case, downtown LA, there's a lot of homeless, there's a lot of people walking around you while you're detailing and stuff like that. I didn't want to have the keys just dangling on the side here or dangling on that door, and possibly just go ahead and pick it up and, you know, take the car or something like that. So I want to go ahead and have a little bit more safety, put it on there. We have our stainless steel fittings. That's the key thing for you guys. We'll always preach stainless steel fittings, because of the fact that when you have stainless steel, there's pretty much no chance for it to get rust. But if there is, very, very small, rather than any of the zinc plated or copper plated fittings. And then you have your gas pressure washer right here, custom painted. That right there is just an extra add-on that I personally love when I'm going to do very muddy cars, stuff that needs to go ahead and get a lot more attention. That bad boy's right here. Aside from that, we have two brackets right here holding our wheel buckets. Now this is crucial, guys. So I like to be efficient, and I like to go ahead and clean everything and make it look super sweet. This right here, you have everything in the back where you need to go ahead, clean, degrease, and prep the car. You don't have to worry about anything. And what I love also is when you have extensions, little things that are going to help your life a lot easier. So let's just say if you have a truck, right, you can go ahead and use this, clean up the top. But if you have this extension, it's going to go ahead and be a lot more easier to go ahead and reach farther, and sometimes a little bit taller cars with this type of extension. So there's a couple nice little features that I do like and would recommend for you guys. There's a fire extinguisher in the back. I would recommend all mobile detailers to have a fire extinguisher, just in case, just if anything happens, you have something to go ahead and put out a fire if something does crazy happen like that, which I do not hope anybody has to go ahead and deal with that. Aside from that, we have all our little miscellaneous tools, our towel rack up in here, but all of our compressor stuff all up in here. This is a retractable pressure washer reel. We have a retractable air hose reel and retractable extension cord. These are all from Cox reels. These are all custom painted also. Then we have a Cox reel vacuum reel, which is super awesome. Going ahead and be think this is a 50-foot hose reel also. And then that pretty much wraps up the back here, aside from our products and little brushes. So I'm going to show you guys the last side on the left side. So on this door, we have Mac Shine and H2O bottle holders. So these are their custom made bottle holders. This one just being a Mac Shine one, custom painted again. This right here is gonna be for all the brushes. There's gonna be for 16 ounce and 16 ounce. What I love about it is the quality of them. They hold up, nothing wrong with them. And on the bottom right here, these are for the hose. You go ahead and put this detail guard to go ahead and glide on the actual hoses, so you don't have anything to worry about hooking up and you're just struggling with and playing with the actual hoses, vacuum ones. So this is a cool little feature that I like. We have 4 of them. You can go ahead and hold 6 of them. So we're going to jump on this door. So on this door, as you can see everywhere on here, is diamond plated. This is a silver vein color. So if you guys, I've seen a lot of people go ahead and ask H2O, hey, what is the MJ color right here? This specific gray, this is called silver vein. So if you guys want this, it's super nice and super easy to go ahead and maintain, because it's not black, it's not gray, and it's just in that sweet little spot. So we have all of our 32 ounce bottles right here. This is where a lot of the degreasers, a lot of the interior stuff, the workload is right here. So that pretty much sums up. These are 3 H2O 32 ounce holders. So now that we wrapped up this last door, we're going to jump to the last piece right here. So last but not least, right here, we have a makeshift of few things. Right here, we have a few towels just drying up, but we have our towels on this left side. We have 2 studio crates. This right here, you're gonna go ahead and carry all of our clays, our odor bombs, our scents, any little miscellaneous small brushes. So that's gonna go ahead and carry this one. Right here, we have a few pads, few extra clay bars, and a few other little miscellaneous things that we do carry in those 2 crates. We have a full-time steamer. We have a couple batteries. Then we have our gloves, our lights, our hand soap, hand sanitizer, gloves again, and a few little bit of paper towels, shop towels. And then another fire extinguisher just in case anything does go wrong, which we wish never happens. Then we have our portable blower right here. We have another blower and a ladder right here. So this right here is optimized for us in our way of efficiency. If we need to go ahead and add our extractor, a few tables, or whatever the case may be, we have the space for it. So that's gonna go ahead and wrap up the inside of the van. And as you go ahead and see, the obvious outside has a full complete wrap. And I want to go ahead and be a lot different from most people on the industry, where they go ahead and put, you know, we do ceramic coatings, we do interiors, exteriors, and blast the whole side of it. I wanted to be very minimal. I wanted to go ahead and be like a very sleek design. Didn't want any numbers. Now that is very controversial. A lot of people say, hey, you know, if there's people passing by, they're not gonna get your number or stuff like that. To me, I understand that, but I do like just a clean look, because sometimes just by looking at it, they can go ahead and search it up on Google, they can go ahead and search it up on Instagram, and they can go ahead and see our logo, and they can go ahead and follow it from there, if they really, really want to go ahead and get a service. We have a very small, subtle Mjdetail Instagrams right here, which doesn't look bad. And I do go ahead and appreciate everyone that does follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and on YouTube. That goes ahead and show us a lot of support. Truly appreciate it. The one thing that you will go ahead and notice, these wheels are factory, but they are upgraded factory wheels. And we did go ahead and powder coat them gloss black. Aside from that, we just got some ceramic tint, and that pretty much wraps up the van. But a lot of guys are gonna ask me, hey, what is it worth it? Is it good on fuel? Do you feel the good power? I would say 1, fuel is great. 2, the power is unbelievable. And I would say this has the best payload and best power if you're going to comparing it to a Ford Connect, a Ram ProMaster, and any other smaller vans. This right here beats it right off the bat, Would say this is more expensive, so keep that in mind, but it's well worth it as far as for the workload that you're gonna go ahead and put onto it. 100% recommend it. So this was not my first mobile van. This was something that I went ahead and dreamed of having. So when I first started, I had a hand down 2008 F-150, and I went ahead and just did a makeshift setup from Harbor Freight. It was a combination of Harbor Freight, Home Depot, and just me and my uncle just going ahead and building something, going on OfferUp, just building the most cheapest setup just to go ahead and get out there and continue to go ahead and detail. Once I went ahead and started to go ahead and create more business and stuff like that, that's when I was able to go ahead and upgrade to a better pressure washer, better equipment, and then entirely a better setup. Then a couple years passed. Then I was able to go ahead and save up enough money to go ahead and purchase a van like this. Was so fixated on needing a van, but I liked the fact that everything was secure inside and I can go ahead and wrap it and it looks super, super nice. So needless to say, with all that being said, if you guys are in the journey of first starting up your business, start small, start conservative, use as much as you can. And then if you continue to go ahead and love this type of journey of detailing, continue to go ahead and focus on more quality parts to go ahead and make your life a lot easier. So appreciate you guys for going to staying tuned in. If you guys like this type of content, don't forget to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. See you guys on the next one. Peace.